Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you my third layout, number 3, from my April Mini Kit Monday. I'm going to use this photo. It's my husband. He brought me flowers just the other day because I had been kind of going pretty hard at getting a lot of projects done around the house, and he said, I just wanted to let you know that I see how hard you've been working and I appreciate it. And I thought that was just extremely kind. So he brought 2 bouquets, and just grocery store bouquets, but they're really pretty, and I split them up in 3 places around the house so it looks bright and cheerful and as if spring might actually come. So the 3 pattern papers I'm going to start with by Jen Hadfield is this set of tags paper. I don't know which ones I'm going to use yet. I believe this will be my background paper because I liked the extreme contrast between the yellow and the periwinkle. And I'm going to use this for a lot of my pattern paper. I figured the yellow flowers and this really deep marigold yellow flowers can kind of play off of each other, and my kitchen is a kind of a bright spring green color. So I'm going to do that. And then the sketch I'm using today is this one right here. Use that. I had just pulled in on my last layout this American Crafts little, what is it called? 4 decorative trims. So I really thought that might be fun to use this cute little banner trim right here, where you see this little banner trim right here. So I'm going to work with something with that. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go with that yet, but that's as far as my plan has gotten. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on fast forward so that you don't have to suffer through my long rambling. All right, see you in a second. All right, so let's start this layout. As always, it takes me a second to kind of figure out what my groove is for this. So I'm usually see me trimming my photos, usually see me trimming if I have a paper pad or like a branding strip. I like to trim those off while I kind of get myself settled into whatever my scrapbooking plan is. So, oh, the little piece of washi tape you see on the side there, that's just trying to keep myself in frame a little bit because for some reason my camera decides in different spots on my desk where I should be scrapbooking, so I've just learned to obey what it tells me to do. This collection, as you saw in my kit share, is the Jen Hadfield Along the Way collection that I'm using for the most part. And I say for the most part because I did add in some other goodies as well. And all the Jen Hadfield product that I'm using in this, process video, I was lucky enough to get all of it from Tuesday morning. So I was super lucky on that. So actually this red line tape I'm using right here is also an impulse purchase from Tuesday morning. I wanted to see why everybody likes it so much for putting ribbon down, and I can tell exactly why everybody likes it, especially Janet from RTS Scrapbooking. She always talks about it, and she's right. It is absolutely spot on what I need to use for putting on ribbon, because it is super sticky, and if you can get a skinny enough length, then it works perfectly for your projects. So I do decide to line both the upper and lower part of that band design that you see right there with ribbon. Right, so you're going to have to excuse seeing my head in frame for a second here. Unfortunately, I happen to just get off my phone short, so I have to lean over for anybody to be able to. Or for myself, you see there on my phone, Christina Sorge was asking me if I had of my some Nouveau drops for my next kit, and I was checking out my leaving kind of messy edges there on the side of my ribbons, but I'll go back and trim that up and make it nice and square to the page. I do think that the really strong black line of the black ribbon that I'm using draws your eye nicely, and it also covered the seam between the floral paper and the periwinkle paper, so that was a win. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to trim the right side of my layout because the two papers weren't the right size, so I just let the trimmer trim that side of the ribbon as well, and then I'll use my little Fiskars super sharp scissors there to trim up the other side. So now I want to see where the photo of my husband should be sitting to give myself a nice little idea. He was kind enough to bring me flowers, and which I think I said in the intro, and it's the little moments that are the best for me to scrapbook. The little moments that happen in life always seem to be the most inspiring to me, so that is why I chose to do this layout right away. I do decide to use a couple of these tags from this this pattern paper sheet, and there's a really nice mix of cards that look like they're supposed to be for, the little tags that look like they're supposed to be for card making, and then there's little tags that look like they can be used for scrapbooking or card making. So I think somebody was saying that Jen Hatfield does do a lot of product for card makers, which all that is fine and dandy, especially if I can use it for both. So I'm using my little Creative Memories guillotine trimmer there. I have had that since way, way back in the day, probably late 90s. And the thing works like a little champ, so you'll see it quite often in my videos. The green trimmer I use is the Caterpillar Crop, and I love it. That's the one that I use for the majority of the time, and I know people have the Caterpillar Pro, but I know I would never use one that is that massive. I want to be able to move things off my work area pretty easily, so I don't think I'll be going over to that. I have been looking at the Tonic Guillotine Trimmer, and I know a couple ladies have picked it up, and Joann's has it, so I keep deciding if I need it, but I don't need it. So if anybody has it and absolutely swears by it, let me know if I desperately need that trimmer, because we tend to want what other people get, but I don't think I necessarily need to invest in it right now. Okay, so I backed the picture of the hubs in, it's a black paper with little gold birds on it. You can't see the birds, but I just wanted another pop of black. He tends to wear black most of the time. He says it's his favorite color, which is actually the absence of color. Very interesting thought there. Okay, so I decide to grab out this tab punch, and I end up punching 3 different little tab colors out with it just to add some color kind of at the top of the photo, just to bring a little bit more interest up there. So you're seeing me fighting with my equipment and deciding which colors I want to use for my little tabby bits. So that one's kind enough to have polka dots on it, so I can line it up ever so nicely to get to it. I'm deciding for the 6x8 pad which colors I also want to add in to mat it further, and I do use this piece of 6x8 paper here that has all of these great little card sentiments and whatnot, but you really don't get to read the words. I'm just using it for the color. It's that off-white with like kind of a charcoaly black kind of print on it. I just really want it for the color of the mat on it, which is great. I don't use a lot of cards, so it does end up working for just for backing. And yes, you get to see me sitting there chatting with my friends. Sorry about that, I should have cut it out. So I mat it one more time on this really pale peachy pink, and I think that was it. We just want him to be a big old focus on this layout, so I used it a few different times, a few different matte colors on this. And I do like that this collection, this Along the Way collection, the colors are muted, but there is some nice saturation on it. So I think, yeah, if you like that nice tweener between the brights and more of a pastel, this collection should grab you pretty well. All right, so getting ready to finally commit to putting my photo on the layout using those little polka dots as my ruler on there. And I'm going to arrange my tags and decide which way that they would work best. And I decided that that little girl should be going in the middle because she has that great periwinkle color, and which is, you know, the color that's at the top and the bottom of the layout. And I wanted to draw just a little bit more attention to her. And you can see there that I'm absolutely Frankensteining in these little bits of fun foam that I had left on my desk, which I like to use up every little bit that I can, so you get to see me fuss with this tag for far, far too long. But hey, that's what my process is like, so I can't be the only one doing that. So anyway, the fun foam I just buy either at Michael's in the kids craft section or Walmart or wherever I am. As long as I can get it for a cheap enough price, I will pick it up. So what are we going to, oh yes, the T-square ruler. I spend so much time with this. Every once in a while I'll put something down kind of wonky, but I wanted my words to look kind of square on this layout. I do have the tags going in a couple different, oh, that's my peek for my Secret Not Secret Kit Club peek. Anyway, very important stuff. I posted that on Facebook. If anybody follows me in both places, you'll see that I got the goodies. Okay, so this is the little American Crafts banners that I showed you in the beginning of this process video that I'm going to string on the bottom in a couple different little bits. I'm going to use that really great Nouveau glue, the new glue that they came out with. It's a liquid glue, and see how it has that tiny little nozzle? It's there on the right, the bottom right. It is so fabulous for just putting just an itty bitty bit of glue down. So that really is a win for me, since I never got around to adopting the fine liner bottles. I have one and it kept getting clogged up and it was too frustrating for me. So I ended up with a big nope on that one. I don't want to fight with my products. I just want to have time to craft, not have to work too hard at it. So I do go ahead and glue down a couple little bits of the banner pieces there, just to keep them in kind of that swooping line. And you'll see here, I'm going to use another line of the banner, which is what they did in the sketch, and I thought it was ever so cute, and who was I to break up that idea when somebody did such a fine job designing this sketch at Page Maps. So I use almost all of this banner on this one layout, which makes me happy when I use things up. I always like that feeling, like it's, I don't know, it feels like I did some kind of accomplishment. I have no idea why, but it does. So I faff around with it a bit, which, who says faff? Who says faff? Oh yes, Tanya at Hip Kit Club says faff. So yes, I mess around with my my little banner bits to bring it all the way across my page, and I think it looks cute and fun, and using a little bit of the craft there, which always gives it a bit of a cash look, which I like, because so much of Jen Hatfield is kind of pretty and elegant, so I had to make it slightly more me, because I don't tend towards the pretty and elegant kind of scrapbooking. I like bold usually. So at some point I'm gonna have to come up with a title. I do pop these 3 little tabs in to bring the color up to the top of the photo in 3 little places right there. I really like that black and white check. It has just a nice bold graphic. And I realized that that little pink polka dot tab was getting lost in the shuffle when it was too close to the pink mat. So I put it a little bit lower, and you can see all of those little bits now. And let's see, what are we going to do next? So these are these really great craft alphas that I included in my kit this month. They're by American Crafts. They're thickers, and I bought 2 sets of them at Tuesday morning recently. And if I see them again, I'll buy 2 more. They're absolutely fantastic, and they seem to go with every other layout that I've been doing lately. Although I know that they're new, so we get all excited with our new product and use it. It's not new in the scrapbooking world. It is new to me, and that counts. And these alphas as well, you can see right there from the sticker that they're from Tuesday morning, and they're foam, which means they'll actually stick. And they're a little bit smaller of a font, so it's fun, so you can get lots of words into your little small areas. So I think my title that I ended up using on this one is "This Girl is Blessed," because I am. I'm lucky enough to have a supportive husband and 3 kids that are the bee's knees. So, and I know we all think our kids are the bee's knees, but I think mine really, really are. So there you go. And you see them all the time on this channel, so you see how kind they are to send me photos. Oh, my oldest daughter just went to her, she had a formal dance for her sorority. And I told her when I saw her dress what I wanted her layout title to be, and she's like, okay. Which the layout title will be "Everything She Do Is Magic" from the song. And so she's like, so what do you want the pictures to be? And she was kind enough to stage her photos around my title I came up with for the dress she picked out. So that layout will be coming soon when I do it, and let me tell you, and I'll tell you again when I put the pictures up, she got this beautiful indigo kind of navy dress with holographic beading on the back of it, and she got it for $7, brand new. It's absolutely stunning. Wait till you see it. Okay, that is called a rabbit trail that I just ran off with, and now I sound like Janet at RTS Scrapbooking. I'm channeling all my scrapbooking buddies right now. Anyway, wait till you see the dress though. For $7, you are just going to be shocked. So my younger daughter was like, I'm so glad that dress is now in our house because they can wear the same size. Anyway, that will be coming soon. This is part of me being blessed. That's my point. Okay, painstaking title. Hold on. Ta-da! As you see through the wonders of iMovie, my title is fully on. I didn't think you needed to sit there and be in pain while I put each little letter on and glued it all on and all that kind of stuff. All right, so there's these really large die cuts, and I wanted to use it but not use all of the words there, so I just have hello peeking out of the top there. A little tiny bit dramatic. And on this one, you can see thank you popping out of the bottom. But I did like that they were tucked in. I didn't necessarily need the giant circle showing, the full giant circle on the 2 white ones. And I believe I do keep one of the circles right to the right of the hubs there. And I'm going through my little clear tray. The tray that you see down right there, those are from the Dollar Tree. They're only $1, and they have 3 wells, and they're clear, so you can really see what goodies that you have picked out for your kids. And the wells are big enough that you can really rifle through there. So if you find yourself near a Dollar Tree, pick those up, because I've really been enjoying being able to get through my bits and pieces, and I'm using more of them from just being able to have that nice visual on having the visual with being able to see everything in the tray at the same time. So you see here I'm using a little bit of foam to pop up my 3rd little circle that I'm putting to the right of the hubs. His name is Jeff, by the way. A lot of you know that, and I know that it really doesn't matter, but so I just made sure that the word hi was square on my page again, which you're probably absolutely tired of my T-square ruler, but I just love it. I'm trying to find a place to put these gigantor wood veneer that came with this collection, and I love wood veneer, but these guys are really big. You have to work to be able to include them on your layout. I'd like them to be just a little bit smaller, or maybe just more variety, which she probably does have another wood veneer pack that goes with this collection. What do I know? But this is what Tuesday Morning had, so that's what I do have. Okay, so this is the point where I'm starting to put the last little bits here and there on my layout, kind of the window dressing on the whole layout, making it probably too busy, but perfectly me, because more is more is more when I start scrapbooking. I like all the bits. Let's see, what else? This month has been going ever so quickly, and it's been incredibly easy to use this kit, for our group that we have right now. Oh, really quick, we should talk about, and I keep talking about it and I'll stop, and I'll have all the links below, but we're having a blast on our Facebook group, so I'll have the link below to that for our Mini Kit Monday Facebook group, and I'll also have the links below to the other fabulous ladies that are in our Mini Kit Monday group. They're so fun, and the talent is out of this world. I'm very lucky to be friends with these ladies. They're talented, they're creative, and they are like the friends that you were hunting for in your younger days, and I'm lucky enough to have found them now. None of us live near each other, and it all works out perfectly. It's probably even more fun because we have all these regional differences. We have people that are from Texas, and then we have people that are on the other side of the globe. So we have people coming and going in our group. And so this is this little bin that I have to the right that I keep looking through with at the end of every layout to see if there's anything that I want to add in. Sorry, you see me messing around to make sure that I have everything in frame. Because one of my viewers recently told me that something looked a little blurry or was out of frame, and I appreciated the feedback, and I've been trying to address it and make sure that everything's bright enough for you guys so that I have at least the best view that I can give you. All right, so I was looking to see if any of those Chamel little wood buttons would work, and they don't. Here are my Heidi Swap little bows that I keep auditioning on all my layouts because I just think they're adorable. I got those, and I think every color that Tuesday Morning had. Oh, as you see, I have the black and white set there. I also got the turquoise and green, and I have the two tones. It's like, one's like a mulberry color, and one is like neon pink. So, looks like I am trying to find a good spot for the black one, and I put it right up there by the title, and I think it looks ever so cute. I liked that. And then I have this other bin of goodies that I recently got at a retreat that I went on. There's all kinds of die cuts and good little bits in there, as well as a couple, I think there's like these suede looking bows that are in there as well that I didn't use in one of my recent kits. Those are those photo corners right there. They're those really great ones by Heidi Swap. They're so fantastic. I love them. I want her to come out with them in many, many, many colors. So I was seeing if any of my little enamel dots that I put with the kit would work, because I want to put something in the center of those tags. And then I remember that I've got some really good squeezy, what is it? Is it Dina Wakley? Is it, oh gosh, I can't remember who makes the paint that I end up using to go in the center of my tags. Because I'm looking for everything. I've looked at my sequins. I've looked at enamel dots. Oh, I do put on, I believe, 3 of these really thick black hearts that I picked up from somewhere, maybe AliExpress. I did a really big enamel dot order like a year ago from there, and I'm not even close to making a dent in it yet. So I was just seeing what little goodies in my bin of happiness that Christina Sorge tried to steal at the retreat, everybody. She took it to her scrap area, she absconded with it, and hid it from me for a little while. So I have a bin with a ton of enamel dots and shapes. So, anyway, now we know to hide those kind of things from her. So trying to put these little pieces, my little finishing touches here and there on my page. Oh, that's my bin of happiness. There are some old enamel dots there. And I did find this pinky peach color in this set of enamel dots that matches really closely to the pinky peach that's in this Along the Way collection. So I popped those on ever so quickly. And this is when I realized that I have this great black paint that I want to use. I think it's Dina Wakley black paint that I decide to go ahead and just fill in those little circles. And it's just enough to add a little bit of a different texture, and you don't have that glaring color that is showing. Oh, and I'm tapping off the back and around it to kind of flatten and deflate that black paint on those 3 spots, because I didn't want it necessarily up and rounded. I'm showing you all the little bumpy texture, and that's going to be it for this layout. Thank you so much for watching, and come back to my channel. Oh, be sure to like, subscribe, and all that stuff, because it makes my day. Maybe even leave me a comment. We'll see you.